Today I am checking into Disney's Old Key West Resort with one goal in mind, to find out what's better, Olivia's Cafe for breakfast or for dinner. These two meals at this hidden gem favorite are going head to head, as we'll be enjoying both meals at Olivia's today. And at the end, I'll let you know whether you should dine here for breakfast or dinner. It is time for a little Old Key West staycation, so I figured this was the perfect time for this challenge. Any hardcore Disney fan will let you know that they love Olivia's Cafe, the main sit-down restaurant here at Old Key West. And personally, as a fan of both breakfast and dinner, I'm curious to see how they fare head-to-head. I'll be judging both meals based on the quality of the food, the value, and the variety. And hopefully this will help you plan your Disney vacation. With that being said, let's head in for breakfast. Well, here at Olivia's, one of my favorite parts about dining at this restaurant is the outdoor patio. There are very few restaurants at Disney World that you can actually dine outside, and here at Olivia's, there's a nice little patio, a couple of tables by the water, and it is actually pretty nice right now. It's a little bit cold, but we're toughing it out. They opened up the patio, and we've got a nice little cozy table out here. This is like the perfect setting for brunch, I feel. Like brunch outdoors at Olivia's is top notch. And joining me for brunch is my family. We're doing a little staycation. Are you ready to stay in Cation?
Absolutely. This is one of my favorite resorts. The only thing they need to update here is the plugins, what do you call it?
The wall outlets and the quick service. They also need to update that.
Yeah, I can't stand the quick service.
Luckily, we're at Old Key West and we're eating at Olivia's today. Aside from the outdoor patio here, the other thing I really love about Olivia's for breakfast is that it's technically brunch and it's served until 2 p.m. You guys know I am a late riser, so very rarely do I actually get out in time to have breakfast at Disney World, but I love the fact that you could get breakfast or brunch until 2 o'clock here at Olivia's. It's very, very convenient for late risers like myself. With that being said, this is of course a brunch menu, so there's gonna be some things for lunch and for breakfast on here. There are some brunch apps, a shrimp cocktail, conch fritters, soup of the day, and then a tropical fruit with some acai pudding. I think that's new. And then moving on down, we have our entrees. Another thing that I'm spotting that's new is the southernmost buttermilk chicken. Not necessarily the chicken that's new. That's been around forever as one of the fan favorites to order here, but they now have it as like a breakfast option where you can get the fried chicken with eggs, breakfast potatoes, a biscuit, and gravy, or you can get it the lunch dinner way with mashed potatoes, gravy, biscuit, and veggies. But moving on from the chicken, there's a bunch of different entrees as well. And there's a crab cake, eggs benedict, some buttermilk pancakes, salmon salad, Olivia's breakfast blackened fish tacos. There's also the banana bread French toast, a sombrero beach omelet, a Caesar salad with chicken, Papa's hash, which is the plant-based option, a bacon cheeseburger, and then some sides down here. Also not on the physical menu, they're able to do Mickey waffles in substitution of the buttermilk pancakes. So you get like the waffles with the eggs and the bacon or sausage. And I really like that on the menu here, a lot of places at Disney and just restaurants in general, they'll have like pancakes with just like bacon. Here at Olivia's, you kind of get a little bit of everything. You also get eggs with the meal, and for $16 for like pancakes, eggs, and bacon or sausage, I think that's a really good deal. Again, you could substitute that with Mickey waffles instead, and actually on the menu online, I saw that they had seasonal pancakes, and I was like so curious to see what they were, and I was excited. She let me know they used to be like a lemon ricotta pancake, and that sounded so good to me, but they don't do it anymore. No more seasonal pancakes, although it's online, so just plain pancakes. But you know what they should do here? Why don't they have like key lime pie, Mickey waffles, or pancakes? Olivia's, if you're listening. I don't know. I'd be here once a week if you had key lime pie, pancakes, or Mickey waffles. They have key lime pie waffles over at Vero Beach, I believe it is. At Disney's Vero Beach Resort. I'm pretty sure that's where it is. And they look so good, like a little key lime cream and stuff, some grated lime, and then some whipped cream and some graham cracker crumbs. That just sounds amazing to me, and I feel like it's something that needs to be added to this menu because at the end of the day, it is pretty basic. I mean, there is definitely a good mix of stuff on the menu here between breakfast and lunch, but I just feel like a key lime pie, pancake, or waffle would just change things around right here. I mean, really the most interesting breakfast thing on the menu, which is what I'm going for, is the banana bread French toast. I'm going for breakfast, but I can't do all the sweets, but I know someone who can, and this is like one of her favorite breakfast meals.
This is my favorite breakfast meal. One complaint though, they took away the coconut whipped cream and now it's just like regular whipped cream. But the coconut whipped cream was like to die for.
And we definitely started a trend out here because now the tables outside are starting to kind of fill up. But I am going to start with some tropical fruit here at Olivia's. I got the chef's inspired offering served with acai pudding for $14. This is definitely like a good little thing to start with and kind of share with your party. I kind of need a spoon for this, I feel. I definitely need a spoon for the acai. All right, spoon acquired. Now I can give it a fair shot. It's not really that sweet, and it's also more of like a non-frozen smoothie or like yogurt almost. It's not like that frozen acai that like you typically get in an acai bowl, which I think I prefer. I mean, it did say pudding, so I knew it wouldn't be like fully frozen, but it is definitely like a thin yogurt almost. Flavor's just okay. Probably wouldn't get it again. I would get the fruit plate again, but I wonder if you could just substitute more fruit for like this acai thing. As we're sitting here, it's kind of getting later into the day and I'm regretting not getting the fried chicken. We put in our entree order and the fried chicken is like the thing to get here at Olivia's, but I figured I'm gonna get it later on for dinner, so I didn't want to get it. I wanted to get more like of a breakfasty thing today. My dad, however, is someone who cannot eat breakfast past the hour of what, 10 o'clock?
11.
11 o'clock is the
Hard
cutoff.
limit.
10.
He will not eat anything breakfast after, I guess, 11. I thought it was like 10, 10:30, but
You gotta have rules.
yeah, standard. So I did decide to get the sombrero beach omelet. This has ham, green peppers, onions, and cheddar, topped with sour cream and pico, served with Olivia's potatoes and a buttermilk biscuit for $17. This is usually what I get when I come here to Olivia's for breakfast. The omelet is a pretty solid omelet, but what I really love are these breakfast potatoes. They are so cheesy and delicious, and I love that it also comes with a biscuit. It's like a good all-around meal. Let's start with the omelet here, and honestly, in terms of omelets, this is like everything that I would order in an omelet, even if I was at like a create-your-own omelet in that kind of situation. I love green peppers, onions, ham, and cheese. That's like the perfect combo. Could use a little more salt and pepper. Also might need a little bit of ketchup, but it's just a good classic basic omelet. No frills, but solid. When you get a bite with the sour cream, that kind of helps like replace the ketchup, I guess, because it adds a little bit of that, like, I guess, flavor that you need. A little bit of tang in there. There's not too many toppings, but there's also not too little toppings in this omelet. I feel like it's about 3 eggs. It's a decent sized omelet, and when you kind of get this omelet with the potatoes and the biscuit, it's like a ton of food. But I am really all here for these breakfast potatoes. They're my favorite. Some of the best breakfast potatoes at Disney. Not only are they some of the best breakfast potatoes at Disney, they're also probably some of the most unhealthy breakfast potatoes at Disney. It tastes like they serve like a brown gravy with the fried chicken. And I feel like that's what they kind of mix in with these potatoes. And then they just load it up with tons of cheese, bake some cheese on top. I love that you can see like the specks of pepper in there. Can you see it on the camera? Anyway, it's seasoned very, very well. Perfect salt, perfect pepper. Seriously delicious. Now, like I've mentioned, this here is also served with a biscuit. It's the same biscuit that you, again, get with the fried chicken meal here. Some whipped butter on the side. This is not one of those biscuits that's like insanely dry and hard to eat. I feel like the like texture-wise, it's perfect. It's still buttery and flaky, but it's, look at this like seasoning on the top there. It's like some form of, I wouldn't say it's Old Bay, but maybe like paprika salt. A little Cajun seasoning it might be, and it might be Cajun, but that's a really good flavor to the biscuit there. Like I said, it's not dry. The whipped butter there is perfectly soft. Really good biscuit. And my mom decided to get the banana bread French toast, like I mentioned before. This is the banana bread French toast. It's topped with a Bahamian banana rum syrup, creme anglaise, and whipped cream, served with your choice of bacon or sausage for $19. I'm gonna have to try a bite of this in a second. You're gonna have to spare a bite there.
Okay, this is one of my favorite things. I always get this when I'm here. I just miss that coconut whipped cream.
Give us a bite. Give us a bite. Is it as good as you remember?
It's really good.
All right, my mom has cut me off a piece here, and what I love about this French toast is that it's actually banana bread, griddled banana bread, and they've got a really, really good crust on that banana bread too. It looks like it's going to be nice and crisp on the top. But then all that sweet sauce and the banana syrup looks so good here.
You know why I like it?
That is really good. I don't know the last time I tried this, but the banana bread itself is super moist, like very, very moist. Sometimes it can be too dry, and they actually serve the banana bread that they're using for this in the gift shop. You can actually buy a loaf of banana bread. I think it's what? I saw it yesterday, like $7.99 or something for a loaf. So it's an expensive banana bread, but you kind of expect that, but it turns into the perfect French toast. The top is kind of crispy, and then the banana notes are perfect in there. Definitely a very, very sweet dessert. Sweet breakfast. I mean, it literally is a dessert. It's banana bread. I feel like this would be better with some chocolate chips in it. Like a chocolate chip banana bread. It's still really good, but chocolate chip banana bread in this would go crazy. I told my mom to cut me off a little piece, and she gave me like half of a piece, and I didn't think I was going to eat all of it. I'm going to eat all of it. You got to come and get something like savory, and then share the banana bread French toast. Or get the banana bread French toast for the table. I don't know if I can eat the whole thing myself. That's more something that I want like a half of a piece, just a couple bites, because it's very, very sweet, like I said. But I feel like if you're coming to Olivia's, it's something you can't miss. And my dad got the burger. This is the bacon jam cheeseburger. It has cheddar, crispy onions, avocado, and bacon jam with a house-made Key West ketchup and aioli for $25. And you're almost done. I've never had this burger before. How is it?
It's pretty good. Best one I've had all week.
Is this the first burger you've had all week?
It is.
I think it is, but it's still pretty good.
Doesn't look like a smash patty. It looks like a thicker patty, but I like that it has avocado and that bacon jam. Can you taste the bacon jam?
I actually kind of don't taste the bacon jam, but I'm sure it's in there, but there's so much other stuff like the avocado, lettuce, tomato.
You forgot to put the aioli on it. They gave it to you on the side.
Yeah, I thought like it had enough on it, and I didn't want it to get too messy, so.
Okay, I'm gonna have to come back and try out this burger because I've never had it. Well, that's gonna be it for breakfast. We're gonna hang out around the resort, and then I'll catch back up with you guys for dinner. Dark has fallen here at Disney's Old Key West Resort, and it's time for dinner. After a very strong showing for breakfast, dinner's really going to have to impress me. I'm definitely looking forward to trying some of the things on the menu that we skipped for breakfast because they were giving me more dinner vibes. And guys, it is freezing out here, so let's head inside. Well, I am once again joined by my parents. Are you excited for dinner?
Very. Wow.
You seem thrilled.
You know, I actually remember the first time that we came here for dinner. We sat in that corner right over there. I was here with my cousins. Our whole family was here. It's a big table of probably like about 10 people. And I remember I ordered the conch fritters. They do have conch fritters on the menu. They had them for brunch, for breakfast. They also have them for dinner. But I remember that was my first time trying conch. And I kind of like felt like adventurous that trip. I had never really tried anything like that. So we're going to take a look over the menu here.
My mom just said she doesn't remember that I ordered the conch fritters. I remember vividly because my mom never let us order appetizers, and I kind of like just did it without asking you if I could get them, and you were mad, and you definitely did not eat them.
I definitely did not. I'm sure I ordered the same thing then that I'm going to order tonight, which is the chicken.
So here's what it's looking like for dinner. There's 2 featured cocktails up there. Actually, my mom and I got these exact 2 cocktails at the bar earlier today. So, and I can confirm they're both pretty delicious. But for appetizers, we've got a bunch of stuffs. The conch fritters, of course, a shrimp cocktail, crab cakes, a seasonal market salad, and then the soup of the day. Well, I was looking on the menu online, and I noticed they had these savory hush puppies served with honey butter. And they sounded really good to me, so I was confused. I didn't see them on the menu at first, but then I just talked to our server. Right under there where it says conch fritters, it also says you could substitute savory hush puppies with honey butter. So I think we're gonna order maybe some conch fritters and some hush puppies.
And after I'd put in our order, I kind of thought maybe I messed up because I have a feeling the hush puppies are going to be the same thing as the conch fritters, just without the conch. But that's okay because my parents don't eat seafood, or they eat. My mom eats shrimp, crab, lobster, scallops. My dad doesn't eat any seafood at all. So at least they'll be able to enjoy some non-conch fritters.
But before we get into any of the appetizers, we were just dropped off some bread, and these are those fresh loaves. They look very similar to the bread that you get at Ohana. I actually think it's like the same bread. The butter here was really, really nice and soft. The bread is nice and hot. It should be good. The butter is really nice and whipped and soft, and then that bread is that classic sweet Ohana bread. Where did I just recently did a review somewhere that also serves this exact same bread, and I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember where it was. They serve this bread at a couple of different places. Was it for breakfast, or where is it? That's it. They have it at the Coral Reef in Epcot. I remember having it over there. This is becoming like a generic Disney bread, but that's all right because I always enjoy the Ohana bread. All right, so after the bread, our appetizers did come out. I decided to stick with the conch fritters and the hush puppies. I asked our server if they were different or kind of like the same thing, and she said they were different, and she said the hush puppies are really, really good, so I can't wait to try them out. So let's get to these hush puppies here before the conch fritters. These are savory hush puppies served with honey butter for $12. It does come with 7 of them, so I don't think that's that bad of a price. We're gonna spread some of that whipped honey butter on this hush puppy here. It's melting in perfectly, and we'll try it out. This hush puppy here is definitely more dense than I had expected. It's very, very dense and very heavy. And yeah, it's pretty much just giving fried cornbread. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Like a cornbread cake pop, actually, because of how like heavy and packed in the cornbread kind of is. I really like the taste of that batter. And yeah, the honey butter is really good on here. I'm not sure if I would get them again though. It's not anything like special, I feel.
There's something green.
But they're still good.
All right, my mom is going to try out the hush puppy here.
It's good. It's like is it like cornbread?
I think it's kind of like cornbread, a hush puppy.
Yeah. I like how it's, I always like things really darkly, you know, fried, like a darker fried. It's good.
Would you get them again?
Not, if we didn't get bread, maybe, but since we got bread, probably not, but it's tasty.
But you guys are gonna have to finish those hush puppies because I am onto these conch fritters. These conch fritters are served with a key lime mustard for $15, and I would say they're probably one of the more popular dishes on the menu, or at least one of the things that Olivia's is known for. I haven't had these in quite some time, so let's go for it first without a dip in the mustard sauce. Yeah, these conch fritters certainly pack a punch. There's a ton of flavor kind of rolled into this little fritter here. I'm not sure how much conch is actually in here, because just by the looks of it, it's mainly like the filling and the breading, but the filling and the breading is really moist and a little bit spicy. The squeeze of lime is perfect on there. I definitely think, even without the mustard, that these are better than the hush puppies. They have a little bit more flavor to me.
All right, I'm making my mom here try some of the conch fritter. She said she has to try it with the mustard sauce. She won't do it without. You know how picky she is, so this is going to be real interesting. I think it might be a little bit too spicy for you, too.
face.
I mean, it's okay. I probably wouldn't get it again. There is a lot of filling though. It is a little bit spicier.
Show me.
That I bit it? You don't believe I bit it?
No, I believe you bit it. I want to see the inside. Show the people.
No.
Work the camera, lady. But yeah,
I don't really see the conch in one section. I think it tastes very similar to. She said it wasn't the same, but it is a little spicier, but I think it tastes very similar.
I definitely think it's different. That's like more moist and kind of maybe a little more gooey. The other one is more like dry.
I mean, I
Cookies
don't
are
know.
bigger too.
Yeah. All right, now your turn. Try a conch fritter.
That'll be a no.
I'll Venmo you $20 right now if you eat a conch fritter. How much would it have to be for you to eat one for real?
I don't know. Over 100.
Okay. Well, I was willing to go maybe to like 30 or 40, but I don't think I could do over 100. That would just be ridiculous. But now for the key lime mustard, and I was promised that there was no mayo in this, despite it looking like there is. So we're gonna just go for it. Yeah, I will say the key lime mustard there totally makes these conch fritters. I liked them without, but with, they are definitely so much better. And I feel like I feel like key limes have such a distinct flavor versus actual limes. I am an expert because I have been to Key West before, only once, but I hope to go back. I really liked it there. But I feel like just the flavor, it's different, and you can really taste the actual key lime in there. A little tang, a little sweet. It's perfect with these conch fritters here. I bet this would be good with even the hush puppies too. I feel like this would be good, honestly, with anything. Maybe the chicken that you're getting later too. Put this on the chicken. All right, my mom wants to show you a side-by-side comparison, a cross-section of the hush puppy versus the conch fritter. They do look similar. They're both yellow.
Yeah, I mean, this definitely, but they probably mix this in with something, so that's why it looks moister, but I'm telling you, I think it's the same.
Well, in terms of appetizers, I would definitely say the conch fritters take the cake over the savory hush puppies. They were a little better, in my opinion, but we are on to the entrees. A couple of selections here. They have a prime rib, a mojo brined pork, a bacon jam cheeseburger. I've actually never had the burger here at Olivia's. That's one Disney burger I've never tried before. They have a mahi mahi, the southernmost buttermilk chicken, the West Indian tofu and coconut curry, a catch of the day, and also some shrimp and grits. Along with the conch fritters, the other most popular thing on the menu is, of course, the fried chicken, which we discussed earlier in this video, but I actually think both of my parents are going to order the fried chicken, and I will admit, that's like a go-to when I come here for dinner. I don't always get it for brunch, just because I feel like it's not as brunchy as it is a dinner. But I think I'm gonna go with something that I haven't tried before. I think I'm gonna get the mahi mahi. This here has mahi mahi with fingerling potatoes, corn succotash, chorizo, citrus butter, and corn silk for $33. This piece of fish here is seasoned perfectly. There's so much of that seasoning blend that they're kind of throwing on this fish here. I like the touch of that butter on the top. Mahi is like typically a meatier fish, so I know it's not going to be like as flaky. I just wish they cooked it maybe a little bit less. But it's a really tasty piece of mahi here. I wanted to try my next bite with some of that corn silk that was supposed to be on here, and I can't tell if this is butter or that corn silk. I feel like this is just butter on the plate here. It might be missing the corn silk. I think there's just like regular corn here. But it's good corn. And then we've also got some roasted potatoes. This is a good dish. If you're in the mood for more of like seafood here at Olivia's, I'd definitely say come over here and get this. But I do think there's something that's a little bit better on the menu. And that's, of course, the fried chicken. So here we have the southernmost buttermilk chicken. This has mashed potatoes, southern gravy, a biscuit, and seasonal veggies for $26. And I actually think $26 for this meal here is a great deal. It comes with potatoes, veggies, chicken, gravy, and then a biscuit as well. It's like a full fried chicken meal. And if you're wondering, the chicken is boneless. It's a boneless chicken breast. I know that part matters for some people like you. Along with not eating seafood, my dad also does not eat
bones in his meat. But how is your chicken?
It's good.
Wow. All right, fried chicken first in the gravy. My mom got her gravy on the side. She doesn't like the gravy here, so we got some of the gravy that it comes with on the chicken. It's really good. I don't even think this chicken needs any type of gravy on it. That's how good and flavorful and juicy the chicken breast itself is. It's always super crispy, fried to perfection. And then the gravy here is pretty much a sausage gravy, just without the sausage. It's just like flour and cream. Okay, so along with all that other stuff my dad doesn't eat, he also doesn't eat sausage or hot dogs. So when I said sausage gravy, he was like, but no, there's no sausage in here. But I think it is definitely going to be even better with the key lime mustard that we saved from the fritters. Yeah, the key lime mustard is definitely the way to go. I wonder if anyone's like done that before. And I would definitely recommend it. If you get the fried chicken here, I would say get the gravy on the side, and you could kind of eat half of it with the gravy and then eat the other half with the key lime mustard. I'm sure they'll be able to like kind of bring out a side of that mustard to you if you ask for it. And I definitely do think the chicken is the way to go here. I wanted to kind of try something different this time around, but the chicken is just the classic that you gotta get if you come here to Olivia's. And I only didn't get it this time around because both my parents were ordering it, and I feel like a table of 3 chickens, we needed some seafood in the mix. All right, we are on to dessert. There's 4 options. Olivia's Bananas Foster with warm banana bread. I bet it's similar to the breakfast we had earlier today. The flan, it's a caramel flan, a chocolate fudge brownie, plant-based, and then some key lime pie. Since we are at Old Key West, we had to go with the key lime pie. This is a traditional key lime pie for $9. Guys, I kid you not, when this key lime pie was placed on the table, I was just in a state of shock. I don't think... I mean, look at how tiny this slice is. My mom, the salt shaker is literally bigger than this slice of key lime pie. They brought us 3 spoons, but we'll each get 1 spoonful. Like, I really don't think you guys can tell just how tiny this slice here is. This is literally the size of your finger. This is crazy. Very tiny, but mighty key lime pie. The flavor is great. The texture is great. I like a key lime pie where it's like thick, kind of thick and creamy. The graham cracker crust, perfect on there. Super limey.
But
It was really good.
would you ever pay $9 again? Never.
Would I pay $9 again? I might.
Really? Mm-hmm. I would not.
I wonder if they're making this in-house. I kind of doubt it, but they could fool me because this actually tastes really good. Confirmed. They're making this in-house or next door. They actually make the key lime pie here over at Saratoga Springs Resort, which is right next door. So that's good news. And yeah, I think it's really good key lime pie, honestly. I don't know where else they have key lime pie at Disney, but this is definitely a good one. Well, that key lime pie is going to do it for us here tonight at Olivia's for dinner. And after dining at Olivia's for breakfast and dinner, I think the winner is clear in my eyes. In my personal opinion, if you're wanting to check out Olivia's Cafe, you should head over for breakfast or brunch. The brunch menu contains a great spread of menu items, and although missing the opportunity to have key lime pie and Mickey waffles on the menu, the brunch menu does highlight some of the best dinner options, as you can get the fried chicken as well as the conch fritters during brunch hours as well. The prices for brunch are super reasonable, and there's something for everyone on the menu. And when you sit outside on a beautiful day, the vibes are hard to beat. I think there are a bunch of restaurants for dinner that are better than Olivia's for dinner, but brunch is a top 10 breakfast spot in my opinion. You'll have to let me know below in the comments what you think though. Okay, well, I didn't just dine here alone for both meals. I did dine with my parents, so I have to ask them as well. What do you think is better at Olivia's, brunch or dinner?
Well, I am a sweets person over savory, so I got to go with breakfast because I had the banana bread, French toast, and it was so good.
Dad?
For me, it's the dinner because I like the chicken more than the burger.
Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me here today at Old Key West Resort. Go check out Olivia's Cafe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.